Well, hello. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the Arsenal 86 podcast. You know me, it's B, and we got P here. And I don't know
What up,
about
y'all?
y'all, but
Sorry, I sound like shit.
you're good. I think everyone has something right now, to be honest.
I, I. It's always like when I'm pushing my body too hard, my body fucking puts me on my ass.
I've been there. Don't even worry. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it right. Um. So yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good today. I just gotta say, I
Me
feel really good.
too.
Um.
Despite being congested, I feel great.
I'm like, yo, finally. We finally did it. Aston Villa had us cooked last year. They beat us twice. What?
Yeah, and like I said last week, that shit hurt because I started
It
watching
really
Arsenal
did.
under Unai Emery. So getting beat by his new team does not make me feel good.
Right? You're like, okay, we finally got rid of him, and now he's cooking us. Like, what's happening? That's what I was feeling all last year. I was like, okay, he's a good manager, but he's not top tier. We shouldn't be losing to him twice in a year. So I was like, what the hell's happening? Arteta, is he like your Horcrux? Like you got to destroy him before you can get better or something? Like I don't know, man. It was terrible. Um, so let's talk about the importance of this game because when I saw the schedule and it was coming out, and I saw this as our second game, I was like, this is going to be the game that puts us on the trajectory for the rest of the season because honestly, a draw would have been okay, but if we lost there, I think it would have really shaken our confidence going forward.
100%. And I'm glad we only halfway predicted the score. You said three
Yes,
one, right?
yeah, yeah. And did you say 2-1? I can't remember.
Yeah. It could
Yeah,
have been two
and
one
I
without that Raya save.
exactly, and I was thinking I think honestly our predictions were spot on because without the Raya save, they had another really good look as well. I think it was I'm blanking on his name, but they had two or three really good chances where they got behind us. Oh, I know what I was thinking about. When Jacob Ramsey he got behind our defense, and then Silly was like, "Oh hell no, let me go to third gear," and then he blocked him off. I was like, "What?" Because he was clear on goal. That was a goal.
Yeah. And I knew Trossard was gonna score. I knew it. I felt it in my
Hell
bones.
yeah, yes, and I want to say that our predictions were really good too because we should have had three, maybe four. Like Odegaard, I don't know what it is about going to Villa. He did us at Villa last year too, where he just totally skied the ball and it just went to the stands. I was like, oh, but hey, it's okay. We got it.
I wasn't
Um,
expecting a goal from that other guy, but
Me neither. Me neither. And honestly, Emi Martinez probably should have saved it, but yeah, I guess we'll take it. Um, I I wanted to talk about this later, but I want to actually just talk about this now. Our new signing, Mikel Marino. I think with Marino, we're going to see less of that other guy, less of number five, and Declan's going to go back to the holding position in number six. And Marino's really going to boss things on the left hand side, which I think will be great for us. I love seeing Declan get up in an attacking position, but at the same time, he was sacrificing a lot of himself to cover for Party, who's really slow and
yeah,
terrible.
I agree with that. And I think once the new signing comes on, you're right. I think we'll see a lot less of Party and more of what Declan can do without him having to cover all aspects of himself and Party to make up for how slow he is.
I totally agree because what we saw the other day when we played Aston Villa, it was just like watching England during the Euros where Declan was having to cover so much ground and people were like, "Oh, he doesn't look as good." I'm like, "No, bro, he's playing 8, he's playing 6, sometimes he's playing 10, like he's everywhere." Like, nah, put some respect on that man's name. It's just we have someone who's very slow in the midfield and that's what we have to do for right now.
Yeah, if it wasn't for
Um
Declan, who knows what could happen?
Yeah, and you brought up Trossard, so let me do this for the people at home and for you, P. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. We got the 19.
Mine has the same thing on the back. I have the same exact jersey with Trossard on the back.
Nice. So I think I want to go ahead and just declare Arsenal 86. I think we're in the Trossard hive. Like I think like that's our guy. Every time he touches the pitch, he cooks, no matter what.
Yep, 100%. And I love that. I love that for him. And he does it so effortlessly. Like, Saliba had to push him to do his celebration because he was just like he's so cold about it. It's great. I love it. He's unfazed.
He's so unfazed and so clinical. I think on Twitter, and I know you said this before, P, but they're calling him Sleepy King. He's like, our Sleepy King scored. I'm like, yeah, bro. As long as he gets 4 to 6 hours of sleep and he comes in angry and sleepy, he's gonna cook.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, he didn't even want to do a celebration. Like Saliba was like, do it. And it's so funny. Saliba's so cute. He's so cute.
I know he was like Saliba's all like a foot taller than him. He's pushing him. He's like, do the thing. I'm like, bro, this is the team like camaraderie is like it's like unmatched. Like the vibes are really good at Arsenal right now.
Yeah. And I think that's what we've been saying. Like Kai Havertz saying that he's having the most fun he's ever had in his career. Like some people are just playing football because that's their job. People like our players at Arsenal are playing it because it's their job and they enjoy going to work.
Hmm. They definitely do. Um, and so Trossard, he scored. I can't remember. I think at like the 66th or 67th minute. But we have to talk about his competition with Gabby because I love Martinelli, but honestly, I think at this point in the season, I honestly think he should be the super sub and let Trossard get like some games in because he's carried his form over from the Euros to the preseason into the regular season, and I think that it's to be honest, it's quite like it's wrong not to reward him for his performances.
Right. Um I don't know how I feel about that. Just because
Yeah,
I do love Martinelli a lot. I do, and I have such
I
a
do
soft spot
too.
for him. I don't think he's quite what he used to be for us, though, which really
Yeah,
hurts to say.
yeah. I think he's going through a definite rough patch right now. So typically, of course, it's like a binary decision. It's either he plays through it and gets to the right form, or he comes off of the bench.
But I
I'm,
feel like it's
I'm,
I feel like Martinelli's been doing that since last season too.
I
Like
know.
I didn't feel as excited about Martinelli last year or this year. Like I see him
Yeah,
play, that excitement isn't there like it used to be.
yeah. It's like he's not playing with joy anymore, and I don't know what that is. Maybe something's going on off the pitch that we don't know about, but at the same time, it's like I really, and I know he does too, just want to get him back to his old ways of. I mean, this kid bossed Liverpool at Liverpool, and he did it on several occasions, and we need him to get back to that form because I saw a lot of regression, and I hate to use that word, but a lot of regression during the match where he was dribbling to nowhere and he wasn't looking up. Um, Now, I will say he did have a nice cross in the box that someone should have been there to finish, and typically that's a place where Declan will run up there from the sixth position to finish that. Number 5 was nowhere to be found, or um, if Trossard is playing the number 9, that's where he'll be to slot it home. But other than that cross, I really didn't see. Oh, I can't say that. He did track back a lot on defense, and I really did appreciate that because there were times when Villa would cut in, and I was like, "Who the hell is back there?" Or it's Martinelli blocking. And I was like, "Oh, that's great." So I love how he tracked back, but yeah, I just need a little bit more from him.
Yeah, maybe as he's getting older, maybe his positions just need to change. Maybe he's better in the defensive instead of attacking,
Hmm. Hmm.
which kind of proved it this game, right? Instead of him always being near the box to score. I mean, he's obviously good at corners, but
Yeah,
we get fucked at a lot of those. So
I
put
know.
us.
I gotta look at the stats because I was like, we didn't like get any. That's our thing. We had one corner that match. One. Crazy. Makes no sense.
I think that there needs to be a shift in some of the positions that the players are playing.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Um, and speaking of a switch, so Zenny was on the pitch. I mean, Zenny was on the bench, and Timber started. And I don't know for being gone for a whole year and keeping Bailey quiet. I think he did a pretty good job. I wasn't nervous at all.
I agree, and like I said, I'm enjoying seeing him on the pitch again now that he's
Yeah,
not hurt. But like I also said, like ACL tears, those are a
yeah.
motherfucker. He really needs to take it easy. He at
Hmm.
least needs to. I think he'd be better as not as a starting, but like a sub who comes in later in the game
Yeah,
once
kind of.
everyone's a little bit more tired
Yeah,
and he
so he
doesn't
doesn't have
really.
to track back as much.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to push himself as hard.
Yeah,
Because
I
I mean
I agree.
ACL like injuries take forever. He's still got at least another season before it's fully healed.
Hmm. Hmm. And then Calafiori, he made a brief appearance, but I think he played like 11 minutes, but he did really good cleaning up. I
He
really
looks
enjoyed seeing him on the pitch.
he looks great out there.
Yeah, yeah.
We have
He's a
we have the hottest team in the Prem.
handsome FC. Let's go.
And I know all my Gooner gals out there agree with me. We have the hottest team in the Prem. Like there's no reason
Yeah,
they all need to be that good looking.
yeah. There's nothing but baddies on this side, right? It's awesome. Um, and then who else impressed you during the match? I think for me, of course, actually, let's just talk about this person because I think we're in total agreement here. David Raya. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's proven me wrong time and time again because I was such a big Ramsdale person, and now he made me eat my fucking words. Like I shut the fuck up real quick. I have nothing bad to say about David Raya.
Same. I'm like on this podcast right now. I'm just gonna say I was firmly in Ramsdale hive. I was like, Arteta, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
I was
Like the vibes are all
pissed.
off.
I was very mad. I liked his shithouser energy,
Yes.
but I don't know. Maybe we were shithousing too much before,
Maybe we were.
and now we're more mature.
But if Ramsdale does stay, which I mean, all likelihood he will, at least until January, I do want to see him feature in like FA Cup. And that way he can get his shithousery out. Because I love his back and forth with the away fans. Like I live for that shit. Oh, I love it.
Yeah, because they were saying that he was maybe going to go to the Wolves, but that collapsed today, right?
Yeah, that collapsed today, so it's looking like he's going to stay until January at least. And I don't understand why it collapsed with Wolves because I'm like, if anyone, Wolves like they need the most help. Like their goalkeeper is terrible, horrible. Like they let Chelsea score 6 goals on them with an expected goal rate of like 1.7. Like that's horrendous.
Yeah, I saw that. It looks like they're eyeing Sam Johnstone
Oh, okay.
instead of Rammers. I don't fucking know.
Sam Johnstone. He sounds good. Oh, he was at Crystal Palace. Okay, got it. I was like, who the hell is Sam Johnstone? That's awesome.
Where's he
Another
now?
person that
Forest? Yeah, Palace.
yeah. Another person that like he always has a good game, but he does this shit quietly. Besides Bukayo Saka, of course, like he was easily like an 8 during that game, even though he was kind of quiet, but he had a really good game. Odie was cooking. I mean, he does like so many twists and turns. I'm like, bro, how the fuck do you do that? It's amazing. Um, but I gotta give it up for Ben White. I love Ben White. He's Captain Shithousery now. It's
I love
fantastic.
Ben White so much. That kick he did into what's his name's face. Like he wasn't aiming at anything.
Again.
He was specifically aiming to hurt him.
It was great. Like I was
I
because
cackled
you know what?
so loud.
Yeah, watching the game live, it was like, no, hell no, he did that Saliba, and then it was like Ben White like hurt all of us, and then like he just kicks it right at McGinn. I was like, yes,
It was
and he
fucking
did it so
funny.
deadpan, so the ref didn't even react. He was just like, oh, I thought the game was still going. Like it was the greatest thing ever.
I like how unserious Ben White is in like a very
Yes.
serious way. Like he's being truthful about what he's saying and he's being so serious about it that you're like, I can't tell if you're joking or if you're like fucking with me.
Right? He's just like he's just so deadpan. It's amazing. I love Ben White. Um, the other person is, of course, we kind of touched on him, but William Saliba. Oh my gosh, like there's not enough adjectives for him. He's just, in England they call him a Rolls Royce. Like he's really smooth, really calm, and he's so fast. He's deceptively quick, and yeah, he had another great game yesterday. I thought Gabrielle was a little bit shaky at times. Like there were some giveaways in the middle that shouldn't have happened. But Saliba was there to clean it up. And it was really, with Saliba back there, you just feel like you have like this, I don't know, like this extra warm and like cuddly blanket, like your security blanket. Like you're just like, oh, nothing wrong will happen as long as the blanket's there, right? Like it's amazing.
And it's so funny because I feel like Saliba's so quiet
Yeah.
that like he really wasn't on the radar for me until end of season last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh just because like he's so quiet and good about what he does and he's so cheerful and happy as well that like I didn't see him as like a threat in any way to anyone. And then I see now I'm like I was mistaken. My bad, bro.
I know but like you said, like he's like a quiet bully. Like all of a sudden, you'll just see him like press up against someone, and then the striker just completely loses their composure, and like we have the ball. I'm like, how the hell did that happen? Like I don't even I can't even describe it. It's probably like watching Virgil van Dijk like I don't know 5 or 6 years ago, where you know a striker would attack and like the ball would just disappear and he'd have it. You're like, okay, fine. There's no getting past this dude. He's really on that level now. I'm really, really happy that we sent him out on loan and we still had the faith to like bring him back because
Right.
you you know our fan base, P. They're just horrible people. Not y'all. Y'all listen to this, but there's some horrible people out there that are like sell him. They're talking about selling Saliba when he came back on loan. I'm like, you guys don't know ball at all. Just shut up. Making my
I
head hurt.
Yeah, again, I think this goes for like every Prem team fan base. There's just some
Yeah.
people who are really fucking loud online for no reason. Like I
Yeah.
remember the whole Arteta out thing. I was never on that
No.
ever.
Mm-mm.
Because I'm of firm belief, and this goes for everyone, not just Arsenal, that a manager, a coach cannot really understand a team in one season. And if you
Right.
sack them after one season, you're really just fucking your team over.
Mm-hmm.
I think at
Mm-hmm.
minimum, bare minimum, 2 seasons. And after 2 seasons, you're like, I'm really not seeing results. Okay, then yeah, fuck it, sack them. But I really think
Yeah.
it takes 2 or 3 seasons for you to actually see results. And you can see them with Arsenal,
Yeah.
right? We went from
Mm-hmm.
13 to 8 to like what was it, 5 and then
5.
2,
Yep.
right? So there's clearly an upward
Yeah.
trajectory, and you just have to trust the manager. You have to trust that he has in the locker room. But obviously, we don't get to see him behind closed doors all the time. So if you know he doesn't have the locker room, then yeah, whatever, sack him. But like, I
Yeah.
just think like I don't know. Chelsea's a good example of this. Sacking your
Oh my
manager every
gosh.
season is not a good move, and that's not just me shitting on Chelsea.
Right.
That's a fact. Like, I mean,
It is.
Even Phoenix Rising just did that. Like, we just sacked our fucking manager, and we're like, what the fuck? What's your plan? What's happening? Like, we went from winning the fucking league last year to
Yeah.
going 4 games in a row with no score. Oh, what are you doing? Like, sometimes the front of house just doesn't fucking know.
Right. They don't know, and like honestly, the thing about sports is it's a lot of people just think it's physicality, but there's a lot of mental aspects to this, and sometimes you just go through a dry spell where you don't score. There's no rhyme or reason. I mean, I remember Arsenal. I think the first time last year when we lost against Aston Villa, we had like an XG of like 3 or 4. Like we really should have put them away like in the first half, and we didn't. And the same with any other club. Like sometimes you just miss, and it's not anything that you did right or I mean, you did wrong. It is what it is, and I'm with you. You can't just sack someone you need a scapegoat, so you just take it out on the manager. Like, come on, after a year, be real. It's crazy.
Unless
Makes
you're
no
Harry
sense.
Kane or Christian Ronaldo, then we know you're always going to sky that shit.
Exactly.
Sorry, I don't care where Harry Kane is now. I still don't fucking like him.
No, I don't. Like every time I see him, so he's with Bayern Munich now, and every time I see him with them, I'm like, oh, you're with them. Like, okay, fuck them too, because I don't want you to have any success. Like, you
Uh,
stole penalties. You are a penalty merchant. You're not a true striker. You look like a fucking stockbroker. Go do that. Like, fuck Harry Kane.
I have a shirt that says Harry Kane's a cunt. And someone was like, he's not even a Tottenham anymore. I was like, that doesn't change the fact
No, it
about
does
how
not.
I feel about Harry Kane.
Nah.
And on top of that, like, shout out to Agent Xhaka for blocking him
Yes.
from winning a trophy. Harry Kane
Yes.
is going to go trophyless for the rest of his fucking career.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And let's jump to the England squad real quick. If Harry Kane didn't start, they probably would have lifted a trophy.
I
But
agree with that. I fucking agree with that wholeheartedly.
exactly. They just wanted to have him have his like fairy tale ending when you have confident strikers like Ollie Watkins and Ivan Toney like that could lead the line, but nope, they wanted that stockbroker to lead the line. And he's slow and he sucks. Whatever. All right. So our next match is against Brighton and Hove Albion. Um, I think this is going to be a tough match. It's away. They're in really good form.
They're in really,
Um,
really good form.
yeah. I don't respect a lot of teams in the Premier League, but this is one of the teams that I actually do respect because they really have a sound football playing manager. He's young, he's new, but like he's really good. And also, man, I don't know if you remember, but like way back in the day, Danny Welbeck used to play for Arsenal right after he left Man United, and he still has it. Like he'll still pop in the box and score a header or do a tap in, and he's actually a pretty dangerous striker. So I'm thinking that this is going to be a pretty tight game. I could see us walking out of there maybe with a 1-0, maybe a late 2-0, or even drawing. I don't see us losing just because honestly, after the last game that we played against Aston Villa, we're so together. That back line is so together. I don't see anyone like just straight running past anyone anymore, like we did, like what happened last year when we had Zenny out there because we didn't have any left backs. But it's gonna be tight. What are your thoughts about it?
I agree. I think it's gonna again. I like I said for Aston Villa. I think maybe Brighton Hove is gonna be our new Aston this year.
Hmm.
I think it's gonna be a very tight game throughout the whole thing. I don't think we're gonna lose, but I do think we're gonna be tied for most of it.
Yeah, I think so too. And I just ask the Gooners that are watching at home, or even if they're in the away end, just be patient because this is going to be like a slow, drawn out fight. We might even like have to nick a PK off of them or something. Like it's going to be that type of game where it's going to be really slow and drawn out.
Yeah, and right now we're sitting what? We're tied with BHA Liverpool.
Hmm.
Same games, same wins, same goal differentials.
Yeah,
Who does
yeah.
Liverpool play this week? Let's see. Oh, Manchester United.
Oh, is it at United?
Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know. Man United's still on series, so Liverpool will probably still win. Like, come on, like,
I agree. I agree. I'm going to give
yeah.
it to Liverpool. So hopefully we win against Brighton.
Let's see who City is playing. Let's see. Who do they have next?
West Ham, the Hammers.
That's interesting.
At, at West Ham, too. It's an away game for them.
That's going to be interesting. Because West Ham, I mean, West Ham barely lost against Aston Villa.
West Ham
They
gave City a lot
play.
of shit last year, too.
They did, yeah. They could have played spoiler, but they were just like, no, we bestow the title on you, Man City. Here you go. I was so pissed. I was like, do something. Just David Moyes, it's your last game. Just do something. They're like, no, Man City, we bow to you, Man City.
And it's so funny because, like, if I would have gone with a team, it would have probably been West Ham, like when I was picking one, right? Just
Yeah.
because of like I like look at the kind of music that I like. A lot of them sing about West Ham United, like the oi punk stuff from England, and so they really disappointed me.
No. So, okay, quick story real quick. So, the day they were playing City, I went out and bought like this like $5 bubble machine that took like three AA batteries, and I was like, when they win, I'm gonna fire this shit up. Like it's gonna be bubbles all in my backyard. They got cooked. They went there and embarrassed us. They embarrassed the whole league. They were like, here you go, City. Here. But
I
no,
think
I really like their tradition. I think they're a really cool club with a lot of good rich history.
I think someone from the Arizona Gooners said the same thing. They went and bought like a little bubble gun, and then she
Yeah.
just went like,
Facts, because it was like no bubbles, no bubbles at all.
but someone
Okay.
also said last year that we shouldn't have to rely on other teams to push us to the top. We should have been better.
Oh, preach, preach.
Yep. We shouldn't have to wait till the last minute and fucking hope and pray that West Ham's gonna pull through. We should have
Yeah,
been good
because
enough to do it on our own.
not to bring up old stuff, but I'm going to look real quick. Bear with us at the standings last year. because it wasn't for me. It wasn't the Aston Villa loss. That was Aston Villa is actually a quality side. There was another one that I was like, we no, there's no business. We have no business losing that game. Try to find it. Let's see. Oh, also in December we were fighting for our life against Luton Town. We came back and won. We won 4-3. That was embarrassing.
Yeah.
Okay, so for me, it was actually two matches. It was we tied with Chelsea 2-2, and then also we lost to Newcastle at Newcastle because that ball went over the line. They played it in and scored the goal off of that. So it's kind of refereeing, but still, like, there's no way we shouldn't have been putting up offensive numbers against Newcastle. Like, I'm not buying that one.
Right.
Oh, and get this, P. We lost 2-0 against West Ham
You're right. I do remember that
at
because
home.
Yucca Taproom, the bar where I go watch it, shares that with West Ham. So like we're on one in one room and they're on the other side. And my
Yeah,
friend Veda is a West Ham fan. Shout out to Veda.
yeah,
And obviously like I'll go over there. I'm one of the only like Arsenal people allowed over there because they know I'm not gonna talk shit. I'm there to finish watching the game with them.
yeah. You're not a sicko, yeah.
Yeah, and so I walked over there and obviously they all pointed and laughed at me. And I was like, fuck you guys, I was gonna buy you a beer. I changed my mind.
Right. Now I'm not giving y'all shit.
Yeah.
And one more, P. We lost 2-1 to Fulham. That can't happen.
We did? I don't even remember that. I blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah, me too. That match, I was like, yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not, I don't know. Listen to these stats. We had 61% possession. They had 15 shots, 4 on target. We had 13 shots, 3 on target. We had 637 passes. They had 412 passes. They had 5 corners. We had 4 corners, and we still lost. And to make it even worse, they scored their second goal at the 59th minute, and we scored our first goal in the 5th minute when we didn't conjure up any sort of offense after that.
Where's all the pitch for that? who do I need to yell at?
We need to yell at somebody because this is ridiculous. Nketiah started. Huh. Yeah, I blocked this out. Oh, I know what happened. This is when Arteta was being stubborn and kept playing Havertz in the number 8 role. That's what happened.
We just have Arteta to yell at.
Yeah, we'll yell at him. Unused substitute Emil Smith Rowe and Jorginho. He had Reece Nelson on.
I remember this because I remember being at Yucca and being like yelling, "What are you doing? Put ESR on."
Yes.
And I was so annoyed and so pissed.
ESR should have been on.
Then I just ended up walking out early. I was like, I got too drunk too fast. Fuck this shit. I'm going home.
Like, I'm out. I'll holler at y'all later.
Yeah.
So before we go, let's do our score predictions. I'm gonna say, judging by how we did against Aston Villa, I don't know. I just have a feeling this is gonna be like a 1-0 or 2-0 game. So I'm just gonna go for the nasty 1-0. That's what I'll say.
I agree with you, but it's gonna be 0-0 up until like the 60th minute.
Okay. I'll take that.
Like,
yeah, this is gonna be This is gonna be a nasty game. So just strap in, like, I don't know, have some shots. Like, don't yell at the TV too much. Like, it's gonna be a long game.
I feel like someone's gonna get a red card.
we're due for one. Since Shaka left, like we really haven't gotten one in a minute, but I feel like we are due for one.
Ben White red card incoming.
Incoming, yeah, definitely. I'm gonna say actually, you know what? I'll say Gabrielle because he's been kind of shaky at the back, where he's been caught out of position. He's done some wild shit, and he's lucky not to get carded for it.
Fair. As long as no one who fucks with Saliba, Ben White won't get a card.
Yes, exactly. I think we'll be good with that. Like, leave Benny Blanco alone, leave Saliba alone. We're good.
Yeah.
And I think so. Not this podcast, y'all, but I think next podcast we're gonna do like our predicted starting 11, just to have a little bit of fun with it. You know, I might even drop a Reese Nelson in there. Y'all don't know. I might have some inside knowledge about what Reese is doing in training. So just respect that shit.
Do you? Do you know something I don't know?
Hey, we might have to talk offline because yeah, I know some stuff.
All right. Speaking of knowing stuff, I just want to drop that like if Oasis is getting back together, then Arsenal winning the league this year is possible.
Yo!
You know what? We needed Manchester City to win the league last year to bring back Oasis, but now that that's done, Manchester City doesn't need to do it again.
Come on now. Like, yeah, they definitely don't need to do it again. Like Oasis getting back together is like I feel like a rift or like a positive force in the universe, and I feel like it's our turn next. Like, does Man City need another trophy? Like, I think they're good, right?
Yeah,
like,
they're fine.
They're good. It's our time.
Shut the fuck up, Crunk. He said yes to do in the chat.
No, see, they do not need another title. Like they're good. Like
you did your service to the universe, which was bringing back Oasis, and that's all you need to do. Like this year's no longer. It's not going to be your year. If Arsenal, even if Arsenal does not win it, it's not going to be Man City again. It's not going to be Man City again.
Yep. But we finna do it this year. I just have a feeling like we have 4 left backs. Like Tierney's not even in shape yet. He's not even ready to go. Like get a Tierney like ready to go in like March for a last second push. Like we'll be fine.
I love Tierney.
Yeah, I'm in the Tierney hive. Like I don't care what people say. Like I love the way he plays. He tucks his shirt in like he's from the 80s. Like
I will never forget the day when we signed him, and then the first week, like they saw him with the Tesco bag, and they're like, "What's in your Tesco bag?" He's like, "My clothes." What? When everyone's like walking out in like Gucci and like Louis Vuitton and shit, he's like, "It's stinky. Why would I put it in a?" Let us have one. Why? He's like, "Why would I put it in a nice bag?"
Yeah, he's like, oh, let me just put it in this bag. It smells like whatever. No, I like Tierney, and I actually think so. Mikel Merino, I think he's gonna do like a lot of good stuff at the club with his connection to Spanish soccer in general. I really think that he's gonna cook, and I'm really excited because Tierney, he loved Real Sociedad, where Marino's coming from. And Arteta played at Real Sociedad, and so did Odegaard. So I'm hoping like Marino being around will make Tierney want to stay with us. Like maybe take a little bit of a pay cut, but just stay and like be around the good vibes and cook with us, because I don't see Zenny staying long term, but I do think Tierney, if he can get back healthy and not play enough, because I honestly think what happened with Tierney, he was playing way too much football. Like every game he was playing left back, bombing up the pitch, bombing down the pitch. Like it was just too much for his hamstring. So if he can be like our super sub or like, play a full game every now and then, I actually think he could be a really good contributor. I'm not giving up on our number 3 yet.
I agree with that. I do want to say that I saw someone on Twitter say that this looks like a Pokemon evolution. I see it.
Someone also said that Marino looks like the love child between Edu and Arteta. Like it's just their faces like molding together. And when you look at it, he does have Teta's eyebrows, and then he has Edu's face structure,
Yeah.
and he has Teta's hair.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so fucking funny.
It's great. It's great. But hey, we're continuing handsome handsome FC because I'm secure in my masculinity. I just want to say that hey, Marino's a baddie, bro. Like he's just adding to it.
Yeah.
He's adding to it.
Everyone's very attractive in our squad. Except one person, but we already know who that is.
Yeah, we know who that is, man. I can't wait till we ship him off to Saudi Arabia after this year.
Okay.
Hopefully after December, hopefully, we will see. Fingers crossed. I would not even mind having Georgie in that number 6 role while we get a replacement. Like we need to get him off the pitch. Like, I can't stand seeing him.
I agree with that.
Seeing him. All right, y'all. So we did our score predictions. We think it's going to be close. We're going to say 1-0. If we get a 3-0, though, are we complain? Hell no. That's even better. We want clean sheets, though.
Yes.
We want clean sheets.
100%.
Well, that's all we have for today. Thanks for joining us. And until next time, I guess we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.